So what you'll see is we've got cable ties, and we've got screws, and we've got an Allen key. All right. The cable ties are for mounting onto the cages, and the screws are if you need to mount it into a wall. Right. Now what we're going to do is, this first procedure is we are going to take the Allen key and we are going to remove all the prints so that we can install the various different elements. Okay. Unscrew, simply take it out and then remove the prints. Important to take your top panel. As you can see, it's the longest panel. You need to position it on your cage at a nice high spot so that you are not covering the visual of the people coming out. Now what you do is you take your cable ties, you position it so that you've got some attachment. You push it through one hole, you get your partner to push it through the other side, and then what you do is hold it down in from the back there. Yeah. Get somebody to hold it, you push the cable tie through, but you do not tighten completely at this moment in time. And then you repeat the process on the other side. Okay, push it through. No. Once again, tighten loosely so that there is a little bit of movement on it, because we're going to need to attach the electrical cables on the back. So do not tighten at this stage. Just do it for position so that you can then do a lineup and a layup, and to make sure that you are in center. Alright, it is then very important to take the next panel, okay, and make sure it's the one with the very long cable on it, alright, and the two lights that are in a straight line. That panel will always go on the right hand side of the picture. So right, we're going to repeat exactly the same process again. We're going to find the direction that we want. Just put that cable away. Once again, find a part on the grid that fits and suits the print best, and we will now fold it in and push it back. Once again, do not tighten completely tight, as you do want to first have some flexibility in getting your position. Always good to attach on the opposing side of the opposite side so that it hangs level, and make sure that the wire behind does not interfere. Give yourself as much space to work as possible. Sorry, don't turn it around. Once you are happy with the configuration that you are in line, tighten up. Just finger tight so that it is tight enough, and then secure, ensuring that we are in a nice level plane. Alright, now it's important that the other panel that goes on the left hand side has got the squiggle configuration, and the cable comes out the top. Make sure the cable comes out the top. And also remember, whenever doing these, you can configure these as long as you've got enough cable that you can still join to the top. You can drop it, you can hire it, you can do whatever distance you want to do, but as long as you enable that you've got enough cable to fit at the back. So feed the cable through, and we repeat the process. Okay, remember in the video before I said that the header needs to be a little bit loose. The reason why we want it loose is so that we can actually work with it. So what do we need to do is, this is where this plug is. These join in. So the best way to do it is to make sure that the wire is going to join in that way. Bring it close to here, stick it in, and make sure it's a nice snug fit inside, that the gap is closed completely. Nice snug fit. Then you can take your wire and you can make, for safety reasons, we make the bend and it goes behind the cable, which then secures it nice away that the cable is nice and neatly configured. We then need to repeat on the other side, and then only once we've done that we can tighten up the cable tie and then secure the header in position. So only once both sides are configured, okay, do you then tighten up the cable tie on that side. Okay, once you've configured your wire and you've safely done it, take these little safety caps, remove, the tape, and then simply push into position, securing the fact that the wire does not come out, okay, and secure it down, so therefore the wire does not come out. It's a security to make sure that the wire does not, the reason there's a kink in the wire is so that it can't pull out and disconnect this connection. To repeat on both sides. Once we've securely joined all three light boxes to each other, now is the time where you can go along and secure your top panel. Tightening the cable ties, not too tight to tear the thing, make sure it's cable, and what you can do is you can put in another cable tie. Now once you have a position that you can put another cable tie in, okay, to secure it so that it does not come off. Once they're all secure, then what you do is you take a knife or you take a cutter and you just trim off the excess cable tie on all of the panels. Before we insert the front prints, okay, it's very important to check that all the connectors are connected up correctly. So take out your power drive and connect it to the electricity. Once you have that, in the long section, you insert and go back to the check and check that all your LED panels are in fact lit up. Once they are lit up, then what you do is you start by securing your prints. Most important part is to peel off the front protective plastic, right, which then reveals a nice glossy effect. Take the print, put it in top and bottom, okay. You can slide it in that way, aligning the holes, and sliding it in that way, and aligning the holes. And once you've secured your print tightly, take the screws that you took out earlier on to make sure, put them in, using your Allen key again. All that you do is you lightly tighten the prints. These prints do not need to be over tightened, as this hole is there just to secure it so it does not fall out. It is not necessary to tighten it very tight. In fact, the looser it is a little bit better, because you want to push the print as flat as possible, and as the heat and contraction of the weather, it will allow the print to move slightly. So best to just finger tight it, not over tighten it. Okay, once again, the top panel, all you do is you peel off the plastic protective film, slide it in one side, okay, slide it in the other side. Then once you have that, align the holes in the top, make sure that they're easily aligned, you're not out of thing. Put in the screws, put in the second screw, and then repeat all the way around. So, last part of the video is obviously to find the safest way to secure your cable. You can use excess cable tie to tighten the cable and neaten it up so there's no loose parts. Then find a secure plug, and the job is done.